It is somewhat hard to believe that trains used to huff and chuff their way along here on their journey from Manchester and Sheffield to London's Marylebone station. Along the way, those trains connected many villages and towns together, including Nottingham, Leicester, and my hometown of Rugby. Formerly known as the Manchester, Sheffield and Lincolnshire Railway, the name changed to the Great Central Main Line, or GCML, when the line extension to Marylebone in the 1870s was commissioned and whilst under the directorship of Sir Edward Watkin, who also had plans drawn to build a tunnel under the English Channel as to connect trains directly with the French railways. As with many towns along the route, Rugby was now serviced not by one but by two train stations, who were competing against one another. Nonetheless, in March 1899, the opening of the Great Central Railway was a big affair, with a brass band dressed as clowns playing. I wonder what that signified. Rugby Great Central Station was typical of GCML's design, which had an island platform that allowed trains to pass either side of it. The booking office was in a building on the main road above the line. A covered wooden stairway led you down onto the platform where the waiting room and station master's offices could be found. Not knowingly at the time, the GCMLI was the last train line to open since High Speed Phase 1, but it also became the shortest to survive. Just a skeleton of the old platform now remains, with the road bridge still over it. All other buildings at the station were demolished when the line closed. Looking at these walls, now covered in mainly Polish graffiti, it is hard to imagine just how busy with people and trains this place would have been. Then you cannot but wonder why or how this closure was allowed to be. My parents often took me to Leicester from here, mainly to go on shopping sprees. I remember one day we had purchased our tickets and made our way down the stairs, which for me seemed like a mountain back then. Looking to my right, there was a train already there with its dirty and smelly engine letting off steam at the front of it. Still today I can hear my mother saying, "Hurry up or we will miss it."
Hurry up or we'll miss it!
It can be strange how the memory can store certain insignificant details. But that day, the day I recall when we nearly missed our train, the weather was warm and sunny, and as the train chuffed and clattered along its way to Leicester, I would look out the windows as the fields and wild flowers rushed past, in a sort of blur, I suppose. As a small boy, train stations were always fascinating places to be. For me, the posters wanted to take you to an array of different locations which seemed a million miles away back then. There were people carrying luggage, porters pushing trolleys, and all sorts of things and belongings for their journey to these far off places, which I hadn't even heard of before. The last train to operate on the Great Central Line arrived at Rugby on the 5th of May 1969. Rugby Borough Council purchased the line cuttings within its area in 1970, and today they are a free to enjoy nature conservation area. And as nice as this is, do we regret Dr. Beeching's decisions? He did scrap over 6,000 miles of railways after all. We will never know, but one thing is for sure, that if we ever wanted to reduce the traffic on our roads seriously and to rebuild the railways, it will cost far more money than it ever would have done to have kept them open in the first place.